Do you know? Can you tell me? Can you sing along the 5 Pusha T records right now? His records.
Yes.
His records.
Yeah.
Name
I love Pusha. Nostalgia.
Oh, you was a Pusha T fan.
If you know, you know.
I didn't know he had fans like that. Can you name 5 Pusha T records? No, his records.
See, but
no, can you can you rap to 5 Pusha?
I can't rap 5 verses.
All right, can you rap to 5? Wait. Can you rap? If 5 Pusha T records, not the records he's featured on, if 5 Pusha T records came on right now, could you rap them?
Jim Jones messed with the wrong names, Nas and Pusha T, to certified legends. And he didn't just throw shade. He lit the whole bridge on fire. Back-to-back disrespect, like he had nothing left to lose. Now his career's hanging by a thread, and people are acting like it's already been cut. All it took was one wild podcast moment to flip the culture against him. He said Nas was never really that impactful. He called Pusha T overrated. He even bragged that he made Nas go viral again. That's when some folks started saying Jim crossed a line he might never come back from. Because what followed didn't feel like normal rap beef. It felt like the culture was already planning his exit. Now people are asking, was this just another ego-fueled meltdown? Or is the very culture Jim once helped build now pushing him out the frame? That one quote, yeah, it's still flying all over social media. Then his summer and break down what really sparked this slow-motion takedown. That sentence wasn't just disrespect. It was straight up a razor dot. Jim didn't critique Nas's recent work. He tricked. And people weren't buying it. What made it worse? This wasn't even about rap skills. It was pure ego and insecurity, dressed up as opinion. And then he dragged his kid into the mix. Like really, what kind of message is that? The internet didn't waste a second. They came hard. Fans started posting receipts, award after award, sold out shows, back-to-back classic albums, all Nas. Meanwhile, Jim's chart history looked shaky next to it. After all that online heat, most folks would have backtracked, maybe apologized, or at least chilled. Not Jim. He jumped on Nightcap, stared straight at Shannon Sharpe, and tripled down. Said Nas never had the influence people think he did. Then pushed it further. Said Nas was always in second place. But second to who? Jay-Z and DMX. Come on, those 3 weren't even in the same lane. Nas brought soul, reflection, poetry. Jay was business and power moves. DMX was raw chaos and pain. Comparing them is like putting Kendrick and Future in the same box. Totally different animals. Different missions. Different styles. But saying Nas never led the pack. That's not an opinion. That's straight up rewriting history. And here's the kicker. Jim doesn't even pretend he wasn't a fan. He admitted that as a teen, he looked up to Nas, wanted to dress like him. Now he's trying to downplay a 30-year legacy over a movie clip from 1998. That's where it starts sounding delusional at this point. It's not about numbers or opinions anymore. Jim's talking like he needs Nas to be beneath him, and he's salty the facts just don't back it up. This was never just about bars. It was about positioning. Jim wanted to prove he belonged in the same room as the greats, but instead, he exposed how much it eats at him that nobody puts him in that conversation. And if you thought Jim was going to calm down, nope, he went on bag fuel and dropped one of the wildest takes yet. He didn't just say Nas wasn't relevant. He didn't just say Nas was always second best. Nah, Jim took it even further. He actually claimed he brought Nas back into the spotlight. Like, the whole culture needed to thank him for reminding us Nas existed. The internet clapped back fast. One fan hit the nail on the head. The reason you're being talked about is because you're making dumb comments about Nas. That's the only reason people are interviewing you, for the clicks. Jim still didn't leave no real impact. One fan said it plain. The amount of delusional disrespect from Jim Jones toward Nas is getting out of hand. I'm sick of it. And they weren't wild like that. And when you line up the receipts, the math just ain't math. In single quotes, Nas has been active. 3 full albums in the past 5 years, a Grammy win, and sold out shows all over. He's been working. Meanwhile, he's been running his mouth on podcasts. He thought he was setting a trend, but all he really did was kick off his own slow-motion career funeral. Now, let's rewind to 2024. Paris, the Louis Vuitton Spring-Summer Show is popping off. The crowd, straight legendary. Beyoncé, Jay-Z, Rihanna, LeBron, every major force in music, fashion, and culture is in the building. Cameras flashing everywhere. Pharrell is debuting his first official collection as head of Louis Vuitton Men's. And it's already one for the history books. Then the beat drops. But this ain't just any instrumental, it's Clipse. Out of nowhere, Pusha T and his brother No Malice step out with a brand new track. First time in over a decade, the energy shifted. You could feel it in the room. Even Jay-Z was locked in, vibing. That wasn't just slick talk. That was war. Right in the middle of the most high-profile fashion event of the year. And the lyrics. Oh, they spoke volumes. Everybody knew exactly who Pusha was aiming at. That chasing a feature out of your element line, direct hit at Jim Jones, linking up with Drake right after Drake brought him on stage in Harlem and dubbed him an honorary Dipset member. The same Drake that Pusha obliterated in the story of Adidas. And let's be real, Drake's image still hasn't fully bounced back from that. But this wasn't Pusha dropping a diss on SoundCloud. Nah, this was chess, not checkers. He turned Paris Fashion Week into his battlefield. That's the level he's on now. While Jim was talking messy on Breakfast Club, Rap Caviar, and Drink Champs, calling Pusha not even top 50, Pusha didn't even flinch. He didn't stoop to the podcast chaos. Instead, he brought out billionaires, luxury brands, and rap royalty to witness his clapback in real time. And let's talk about the layers. This wasn't just about the lyrics. It was about the moment.
Do you like the new song?
No, but you know.
You don't like Ace Trumpets?
What's so great about it?
It's so good.
It's good.
It's so, oh man.
It's good.
So yeah, there's something going on that you ain't tell us about,
it's
bro.
It's good in what? A nostalgic value of it.
You don't think Ace Trumpets is
believe
hard?
It. I don't believe them. But that's a whole nother story. I don't want to downplay nobody's craft or their music. I want to uplift everybody and things like that. But I don't listen to their music. I never have.
Pharrell produced the track. Yes, the same Pharrell who helped define Clipse's entire sound. He's got deep roots in Virginia and strong ties in the highest levels of fashion. That new track, Chains and Whips, was reportedly made inside Louis Vuitton's Paris HQ, overlooking the Seine River. Pharrell even told the New York Times in an interview, pointing out the exact window we just started walking around. Looking out this window, and you just see all of this. I mean, we're beating the system, bro. That's how deep this went. Revenge, fashion, legacy wrapped into one stylish hit. While Pusha was making power moves in Paris, Nas was quietly building an empire in Queens. While Jim was chasing blog clout, Nas was launching Resorts World Queens, a massive 350-square-foot casino backed by a $5 billion vision. This isn't just a quick collapse. This is real estate, equity, and generational wealth for his entire borough. Meanwhile, Jim's out here bragging about Summer Jam bookings like it's still 2008. Nas didn't have to spit a single bar. He dropped receipts. And those hits, they landed harder than any diss track ever could. The fans saw the difference instantly. The comments under Nas's posts were savage. One said, "Someone else who can't stop yapping is worried about going viral." Nas is out here making boss moves. That's the thing, when you're really rich, really respected, and still very relevant, you don't need to clap back. You let your lifestyle speak. In Jim, he got booed off stage. Let's set the scene. Summer Jam 22. For Jim, silence. Then it got worse. Funkmaster Flex, one of Jim's biggest supporters, cut his set short, and you could see it hit Jim in real time. This was supposed to be his comeback moment, but all that energy he built around this beef didn't land, because at the end of the day, Jim didn't bring the hits. He brought drama, and somehow, even after all that, Jim still wasn't done. He had one more diss ready to go, and this time, it got personal. After the Louis Vuitton moment, Pusha T didn't say much, but behind the scenes, word spread fast. He wasn't done, not even close. Sources close to Clipse bars aimed directly at Jim. That Paris track, just the warm-up. What's coming next is darker, sharper, and way more brutal. Some insiders are even calling this Pusha's Coke Bear moment, because he's fully embracing the villain role. No more playing it safe. And if Jim keeps running his mouth, it's looking like lyrical murder is on the way. And this isn't just about bars. It's about the setup. Pusha is staging his return in luxury spaces, rubbing shoulders with billionaires, while Jim's still rapping in Harlem alleyways over the same beat he just got buried on. Yeah, you heard that right. Jim actually flipped the Chains and Whips instrumental and dropped a freestyle response. But then he pushed it too far. He brought up No Malice, and that was a mistake. Pusha might take the jabs, but bringing up his brother, a man who stepped away from rap to follow his faith and change his life, that wasn't just a diss. That was disrespect. Pusha hasn't clapped back publicly yet, but if we've learned anything about him, it's that he doesn't strike fast. He strikes strategically. And when he does, it's devastating. Then Jim made his biggest mistake, yet he dissed Clipse's brand new single on camera. During an interview, one final swing at chains and whips, trying to play it off cool, but that move might have sealed the deal. And just when you thought Jim had finally said enough, he kept going. In another interview clip that started making the rounds, Jim doubled down again, this time tossing shade not just at Pusha or no malice, but at the entire Clipse legacy. He called their style dated, said their subject matter doesn't hit like it used to, and even questioned why anyone's still hyped about a Clipse comeback. But here's the catch: while Jim's out here trying to discredit legends, Clipse is getting invited into luxury spaces by the same industry titans that used to overlook them, and the people paying attention, they see the shift. Because in 2025, it's not just about going viral. It's about relevance with respect. And that's exactly where Jim's falling behind. Push's been quiet publicly, but the silence feels heavy, like something's loading. Clipse fans are already buzzing that the next drop are treating this next Clipse rollout like an art exhibit, strategic visuals, luxury branding, even whispers of a documentary. Meanwhile, Jim's the insecurity was leaking through every sentence, because deep down, he knows he was the target. And he got bodied. No spins, no excuses. They cooked him. And here's where the whole energy shift sits: not just Nas and Pusha anymore. It's the culture turning its back. Blogs are dragging him daily. Even die-hard Dipset fans are throwing in the towel, saying it's time for Jim to log off. This wasn't a beef, it was a reality check. Jim Jones stepped into the ring, thinking he was ready to spar with legends, but instead of bars, he got humbled by silence, strategic moves, and billionaire plays. Now he's not trending. He's not charting. He's not getting playlisted. He's becoming a ghost in the very game he helped shape. And here's the wildest part: the new Clipse album hasn't even dropped yet. That might be the final nail in the coffin. The real funeral. If you made it this far, drop a comment and tell us, do you think Jim can recover from this, or is it game over? Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next.